Hey guys, Sublord here, back in with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Batman Reanimated Series Collect-a-Build Jonah hacks from the episode Showdown. Wave, this mysterious gentleman in an Anubis mask, or a demon mask, whichever. Who is it? Find out in just a moment here. That said, this of course is a Target exclusive. Oh, jeez. Brought to us by the fine folks over at, I say DC Direct, but it's essentially McFarlane Toys. So, without further ado, I think it's time we unmask this guy Scooby-Doo style. If you expect some high-budget production to do that, you're smoking the pipe, my brother. Because the man under the mask is none other than good old David Warner himself, Ra's al Ghul, or Ra's al Ghul. I think Ra's sounds cooler. All I'm gonna say is, just a good look at this demon mask, or Anubis mask. Be careful with this thing, we're popping it off, by the way. Don't want to jack up the ears. But, here you go. You seen it? Good, that's the last time you're going to see it, at least for a little while. And then as far as his alternate hands/forearms go, he's got what appear to be like the Kristen Wiig baby hands, essentially. They're very small. But he's got a pair of fisticuffs. And a pair of whatever these are. These look like trigger fingers, but they ain't gonna hold jack squat, so I don't know what those are for. I like the open hands on him. They're more appropriately sized. He does also come with a collectible trading card. Picture of his mug right on the front there. And his bio on the back. He's an immortal. He usually fights with a sword. I don't know why he doesn't have a sword, but missed opportunity, I guess. But taking a closer look at Ra's, or Ra's. I'm actually going to take the cape off here. Can do that. Just slips over his neck. Now, he is going to have a rather long neck, but I'll be able to show you the articulation of this figure a little better. Look at that. Oh boy, look at that neck. He's got a lot of neck. Holy cow. But as far as articulation goes, his head is on a double ball peg. Shift around there. Look side to side. Tilt for days. Even with the cape, he gets most of this range. Shoulders will pop up, back down. Forward and back. He does have a single jointed elbow and a forearm twist. These hands seem a little bit more appropriately sized to me, so I am probably going to keep him with those, even though you can't really see him because of his cape anyways. He does have a waist twist. That works fine. He also has legs that will kick forward that far. Kick back way more than they kick forward for some reason. They will kick out. Do a perfect split. Woo! Giving Chuck Norris a run for his money with that kick. But he can kick all the way out. He does have a single jointed knee. Moves a little bit. A swivel at the boot. Which is fine and dandy. Then a hinge in the foot. No rocker on him. Is odd because his feet aren't that much smaller than Grey Ghost. So, interesting. But this guy is cool. I dig him. But not perfect. I wish he had a sword. I kind of wish his cape was a slightly different sculpt. I feel like his cape is like the perfect shape, while at the same time being a little short. Because it doesn't really wrap around him like I would like. It would be a lot better if this cape could like act as a stand to help hold him up, because he's a little tricky to stand as it is. But nature of the beast, unfortunately. Bruce Timm did not draw very big feet for some reason. I wonder if I had those boots moving before. They were both stuck. Huh. But at any rate, that's Ra's al Ghul in a nutshell. Really all he needs is like some kind of weapon maybe. And a little bit more articulation. Not a lot, but a rocker would help. Maybe some tighter ankles. Something like that. That's it. I find if you kick his legs forward just a smidge, you can get him to stand up okay. It's not perfect. It's still a little weird. I really wish his cape like sat down in the front instead of going up like this. It looks like it's supposed to, but it doesn't work. It's very weird. So, yeah, a bit cumbersome, but I do dig him. There. My OCD was getting the better of me for a second there. So, with that being said, it's time now that we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here's good old Ra's al Ghul, alongside the other figures I have from this collectible Jonah Hex Batman the Reanimated Series wave. We got Killer Croc and the Grey Ghost, who we took a look at yesterday, so please check that out if you haven't already. Really appreciate it if you did. As I mentioned in the Grey Ghost video, yes, I'm very much smitten with the fact that none of these guys are the same size. Croc is bigger, Ra's is a little on the tall side, and Grey Ghost is, ordinary, average guy size. Maybe the same size as Joe Walsh. We'll never know. So I'm getting these two out of here. So we can bring in our two regulars. Now that Killer Croc isn't distracting me like he was yesterday. Got the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibolith and the infamous 11th Spawn, who as usual towers over everyone. So with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and while I may not be as stoked about good old Ra's al Ghul here as I am for the rest of the wave that I at least have in hand, the Grey Ghost and Killer Croc, if you weren't paying attention earlier, I am very happy to have this figure. I thought Ra's al Ghul was a really cool character in this show, voiced by the late great David Warner. That said, Grey Ghost was voiced by the late great Adam West, and Batman by the late great Kevin Conroy. I can't help but feel that Batman the Animated Series is starting to feel like that Type O Negative song. Everyone I know is dead. God damn it! That was a terrible Peter Steele impression. I am sorry, another late great there, but at any rate, not only did David Warner play one of the best Bob Cratchits in A Christmas Carol, he played good old Ra's al Ghul here, and boy oh boy, did he do an amazing job. He was also the Archmage in Gargoyles, but he wasn't in it very much. He was in like a few episodes. It's mostly like rehashed flashbacks in that case. But at any rate, this figure, while it is a little cumbersome and whatnot, it's still a fine figure. If you're collecting this line, you gotta have Ra's. I just hope we get Talia before all is said and done. It'd be kind of weird to have him and not her. Then again, nobody would be tempted to recreate that weird Batman Beyond thing. Anyone remember that? I do. So, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.